Good evening, everyone. As I have promised about digital eye strain, the topic. What's this topic exactly? Let's understand. It's a topic related to the strain on the eyes which is happening since childhood when we are born. Nowadays, I have observed that many of the parents actually, whenever their child is crying or whenever their child is not eating food or they want to distract his mind, they simply give him the mobile and the child gets distracted. This is a very dangerous thing, as my concern. As being a science teacher, today I'm going to tell you the devastating effects of this in coming future. This is more like a risk of myopia and digital eye strain. Studies have suggested that near work activities, including screen time, may be connected to the both nearsightedness and digital eye strain. Right now, these two types of phenomena are as an epidemic due to studies or due to overuse of mobile phones or laptops or any kind of digital mode. But in coming days, it might be possible that it can convert from an epidemic to a pandemic. I am not saying this, these are the researches which are actually predicting it. To help combat the encourage your child to follow this 20-20-20 320 rules. That is, three times you have to take a 20-20 rule. Look up for screen every 20 minutes and focus at least for 20 feet and away to 20 seconds. You may observe your capabilities of eye, how the pupil adjust and how your lens behave and how the retina actually focuses or captures the image and sent it by optic nerves to your brain to analyze it. There is not so obvious signs of childhood vision problem in India. People say that okay, he is a child and he is going to be fine and nothing can happen to him because we are taking good care of the child, we are giving him good food, good nutritious diet. But radiation is not a part of it, of the diet of a student or a child. uh, it can affect it every time when you give a mobile phone or a laptop or a tablet or a Kindle to your child. Right now, I would say I'm not against of the technology, but I'm against of the unnecessary use of technology when it is not required. There's a quick loss of interest in activities that require eye use. Losing your place when reading and turning the head to look at something in front of you. That means an observation. In my language, I would say if you're observing something and the thing is suddenly becoming blur or you're not able to concentrate on it or you're getting a diminished image, that means your eye is not functioning properly and you are getting digital strain. This is a very unique term and I think many of the people have came across this term first time and many have heard about it. If you observe one or more these symptoms in your child, schedule an eye examination from an ophthalmologist as soon as possible, as I recommend. As a teacher, I understand the importance of eyes because without eyes you cannot see the world, you cannot work, you cannot do all the regular activities which are required in your body. Poor vision focusing problems, jerky eyes movements, and crossed eyes do not cause learning disabilities. Learning disabilities are caused by problems with how the brain processes and it sees or hears, not by faulty eyes. This is all about observation. We cannot say that someone is not observing, that means that person is not intellectual or not studious or it's not having a good concentration. That's all bluff because I believe that it is due to the eyes. Children get cataracts too. That's a very dangerous thing that right now previously it was observed that only old age people were getting contracted with cataracts, but right now children are also having cataracts in an early age, that is 5 to 15 years. That is very alarming situation. They can be born with cataracts also or develop them after birth. These are the various categories, these are the various dangerous effects which can happen with the use of this mobile, this technology or this kind of radiation waves. It can cause also the abnormal connections between the brain and the eye and may become irreversible. Sometimes brain and eye cannot coordinate together, so you cannot judge the proper things, you cannot analyze those things. The good news is that cataracts are often discovered during the eye screening at the birth or at subsequent pediatric vision screening. When the child is born, the pediatric actually observes the child. It gets calculated, everything, all the protocols are good or not, all the segments are okay with the child or not. So at that particular time, if the cataract is observed in the child in an early stage, it can be treated with only eye drops itself. It needs no kind of operations from the pediatric, because children are under the age of 1 year can be treated with medicines and with eye drops. A blue light from a digital device is not dangerous for your children's eye, but screen time should be limited late in the day to prevent sleep problems from blue light. Blue light is not dangerous, but blue light should be at a particular screen time. If you skip the glasses that claim to protect your eyes from blue light, they lack evidence to support their claims. Many people right now go for Crizal lenses and various kinds of lenses and say, okay, I have a blue spectacle and that will protect me from blue light. I have no worries about it. I like to alarm you, suggest you that there is no evidential documentation which says that the lenses which claim that they can protect you from blue rays are 100% at their mark. So this is also a kind of alarming situation for the IT segment peoples who use that particular lens in front of their laptops or PCs. Photos can help diagnose children's eyes problems and save light. Problems may be signaled and red reflex or the reflection of camera flash to the retina. Sometimes, when you visit to a doctor has a particular kind of lens in which there is a flash. Why it uses the flash? That's the basic point. The point is that they want to observe the activity of iris and your pupil, how you focus and how you capture those things. So another problem is that due to this early age defect in children's, it may also kind a coloration problem, and also it may go into a problem known as color blindness, which is very common in boys especially rather than girls. You have observed very less cases regarding color blindness in girls rather than boys. Boys have a huge ratio for that. This is because there is a learning of colors in which girls' retina focuses more rather than boys. This may be due to the distraction of boys too much and less distraction of girls as compared to boys. So, teens and young adults, the eye injuries is the most common cause of blindness in the children in a baseball or a leading kind of games with the children ages of 14 and older. This is the age when you play a lot of games, and in this age you get a lot of injuries. Sometimes these injuries can be of eyes also. So this is a factor which is not very common, but we are talking about digital strain. But digital strain is somewhat in which the child is incapable of even handling the games. So this can affect its vital activities, this can affect its physical fitness and everything in the coming future. More than 90% of the children eye injuries can be prevented by protecting goggles. So protective goggles, this is a zero lens goggle which is available in the market from any of the optician. You can use it and you can give it to your child. If it's not having a number also, it can protect the eyes from the radiation. It can actually reflect 60 to 75% of radiation to reduce the harsh effect of radiations on the eyes, because our eyes can absorb 30% of the radiation and convert it into neutralized way. But more than 30% is harmful for us as per ophthalmologist. Now contact lenses is a very great challenge for children and teens because they cannot maintain the hygiene which is required for using a contact lens. So that's a major drawback in which you cannot give them contact lenses because they don't maintain too much of hygiene, they don't wash too much of hands while removing the lenses, so it may cause an allergic effect in their eyes, also some reddishness. Good vision is the key of a child's physical activity. This is my basic point, that you skip the regular vision screening from a doctor. Look, always doctor says that once in a year you should visit to an eye specialist for analyzing your eyes, whether the eyes are working nice, fine and proper, which they are required at a particular age. But we skip and we only go when we have to check our number, our eyes and anything. This is wrong. This is a very wrong tendency around the world. Now I would say in preschool, between the age of 3 or 4, entering elementary school, or experiencing a vision problem before during the exams, there is a growth of hormone therapy. Look, people usually have a perception previously that myopia or hypermetropia or presbyopia, these actually caused due to a lot of DNA replications, or it may be a DNA problem. So let me be very clear that it is not a DNA problem. Dear, DNA is not at all related to myopia, hypermetropia, or presbyopia. This is due to the negligence of us. And being a parent, we make use of mobile ourselves also, and we have made a habit of the children's also to use them. Let me ask you a very simple question. When you used to be a child, every child cries. It's not a big issue, because a child doesn't understand how to express its feeling when if it's hungry or something is paining in its body, not feeling well or feeling sleepy. Were there mobiles when we used to be child? No. Our parents were having the capability to make us quiet, make us sleep by their pamper, by their care. But nowadays the parents don't have a capability of caring their children's, because they simply give them the mobile to distract the mind of a child. What kind of parents you are? You should first take a training from your parents before becoming yourself as a parent. You don't deserve to be a parent if you're giving mobile phones to distract your child's mind, if you're not having the capability to make your child calm and quiet by your pamperness, by your love, by your affection. This causes digital eye strain of these modern kids because of the negligence of parents. Today's parents are responsible for this. We cannot blame the mobiles, we cannot blame the technology. Technology is never a culprit. To discover the technology and a person who doesn't use it properly, doesn't know the value of the use of that particular thing, sometimes it firebacks, or you can say it backfires. Same thing happening with today's kid. The kids are suffering due to the negligence of parents. I strongly object that people say that mobiles and TVs are not good. Sorry to say, it's up to you how you use that. But parents, they themselves use the mobile too much in front of their children's. Why they don't present an example by not using it, or using it less, by reducing the screen time? So parents should learn from this. And I must say, parents should feel ashamed that their parenting lacks. That's why their children are affecting by digital eye strain. I'm sorry to say if I have hurted any of the modern parents, but I think you deserve that, to be get hurted. And being a teacher, I'm a very straightforward person. I don't like buttering. I don't give any kind of leverages to the persons. I don't cross my boundaries, and I didn't expect anyone to cross the boundaries. So a parent should learn the parenting first. Modern parents, go to your parents and learn how to care the kids, to avoid the digital strain. Otherwise, this kind of epidemic which is happening to every child will be converted into a pandemic in coming ages. Note my points, note my words. We teachers analyze the world far much better than you. The thinking, where you stop, our thinking starts from there. This is my suggestion. Rest, it's dependent on all the parents. Either to make their child suffer from digital eye strain, weakened eyes, blur visions, early cataracts, myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia, or to make the eyes glow and see the world how original it is. With this thought, I would say that if anyone is hurted by my opinion or by my words, I humbly apologize. Please accept my apologies, but this is the truth which I am speaking in front of you. And this is all which I have researched since 3 weeks and getting all the records of all the countries and all the children's. Especially it's an alarming situation for Indian students and Indian children's, because Indian parents have had tendency to give their mobile to their child to get distracted, so that they need not to work more hard to make their child calm and quiet. So please learn from all these things. Please learn proper parenting. And if any of my words have hurted you, I again say I'm sorry for that. Good night.